Thymos, what it is a Greek word that means the part of the soul that yearns for recognition. And we were throwing that term around for the longest time. We were 4 years old. This was a while ago, and we said, you know, that really, even though it's Greek, even though it's not Asian, it represents what we stand for.
Ready for your close-up?
To a henchman, yes, and he said, A15, come on up here.
I'll see you up there.
I'd like to thank Curtis Joy for being here on behalf of Thymos, and he's going to be answering questions after the movie, so I hope you guys can see it.
Curtis is quite a wonderful filmmaker. He's got, this is just one of the films he's did. The most recent one he did, and he does them on his own, you know, for integrity. He's done one on the pioneer Filipino-American poet Al Robles.
So Frank was a revelation. He tall guy, he had hair down to here, wore cowboy boots. You know, I mean, it was later called the Chinatown Cowboy, and I think the moniker sticks. But he was kind of a heroic figure for a lot of us.
He was the first. You see what I mean?
Me? All right.
What does Frank feel about the film?
He hasn't said anything negative to me about it. I think he's probably, I think he gave me carte blanche. He never interfered, to his credit, and probably because over time, you know, he hasn't noticed me selling out. So I think he trusted me enough to just let me do it. I mean, artist to artist, you know, you either trust them or you totally, like, manipulate them. And I'm not one to be manipulated. So if he had put restrictions on it, then I probably would have walked away from it.
You know me, I know you, we're together.
This is more than a tribute, because it really encompasses, like, the movement. It's not just about the one individual, but their interaction with their time period.
The first story, the very first story every Chinese learns is the fox and the tiger.
You know, this is a very special gathering, and we have a variety of people here, and everybody's welcome. No problem.
This is La Sonata, the Poet Laureate of Oregon.
My map starts in Hoboken, Japan, near Kobe.
I was born in Chicago. Started in Seoul, Korea.
Born in Portland.
Part of China is a little town called Nanyang.
My story starts in New York.
Barquisimeto, Venezuela.
Portland.
Astoria.
Portland. Minneapolis. Hillsborough.
Indonesia.
Walnut Creek, California.
Sleepy Hollow, as in the famous story.
St. Vincent's Hospital.
I was born in Mombasa.
White Plains, New York.
Just from hearing people talk tonight, I learned quite a few things.
You are American because you know these stories. Unfortunately, there are people that tell fake Chinese stories. So this is your defense. If you're Chinese, you know the Chinese stories. Or if you're a friend of the Chinese, you know the Chinese stories.
That's so we could stay informed, and you can inform other people. We're called the first and the only in this and that, but there must be somebody in the past. Do we have some historical figures or some American leaders to honor? Then we have an occasion to have a celebration. Okay, you're retired now, so you're in charge of that. You brought it up, Jim.
And this is the big chicken.
And it's the same as writing. You write down some of these ideas that are really in your mind right now, I would guess, since you just talk about these different things, places where you lived. And then who knows, once we have something written, we may be able to, with these pieces that we've written, offer some outreach to these different communities and go to their church or community center and read some of the things we wrote.
Sorry? No. I do this to lose any money I may have saved.
Go ahead, Jack.